Thank you so much for calling me right away, Kenny. Um, I'm sitting at my computer right now. Yes, I see it. I see the link. You'll text when you get word from the manager? Okay, thanks. No, honey, just lie still. Paw Patrol will be on in a minute. I can't believe this.
Yes, I'm quite fine, officer. Oh, and thank you again for the tea.
Mom,
Oh, 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 what are you doing here?
Kenny, Officer Reynolds made special arrangements for me to talk to you. Jessie was sent home sick from daycare, or I would have come.
Oh, Jessie's sick? How is she?
She'll be fine. That's not important right now. What happened, Mom?
Nothing out of the ordinary, I suppose.
You're in a police station.
Oh, a slight overreaction that'll be cleared up shortly. Believe me, there was no reason to bother you.
Mom, Elgin's jewelry store is pressing charges against you.
Whatever for?
Officer Reynolds said that their security camera caught you putting a bracelet in your handbag and walking out of the store.
Bracelet?
Mom, tell me what happened.
Oh, yes. It was a beautiful bracelet. It had sapphires in it. Your father always gave me sapphires on our anniversary. Every year for 47 years.
Why did you take it? You could have paid for it. Didn't you have the credit card we gave you?
I have never bought jewelry for myself, and I will not start now.
Oh, but you can't steal it, Mom.
I didn't steal it. I borrowed it.
Oh, did you inform Elgin's jewelry store that you were borrowing their sapphire bracelet?
I might have forgotten. But anyway, I returned it to them.
Well, I don't think they consider the return voluntary when they had to call the police to get you to open your handbag.
Semantics, dear.
This is serious, Mom. Very serious. This is not like when you borrow things from Lee's Market.
Mr. and Mrs. Lee are always very nice when I visit.
That's because they give me a call after each of your visits. They send me a list of the missing items and I pay for them.
They give you receipts, I hope.
Unbelievable. I don't know what to do with you anymore.
There's nothing you need to do. I am fine.
You are not fine. We should never have let you stop your sessions with Dr. Robinson.
She was sweet. But there's just so much one can talk about one's childhood. Father was a salesman. Mother was a wonderful cook. They didn't take up the belt any more than any other parents I knew. I was happy. What more is there to talk about, for God's sake?
It's all part of the process, Mom.
And how much your father and I argued or kissed is really no one's business.
Dr. Robinson was trying to help you cope.
Since when have I been unable to cope? I coped with your father's last illness just fine.
You think? Mom, sit back down. Dr. Robinson was trying to help you understand what has turned you into a thief.
Did you just call me a thief?
Yes, a thief. You steal things. They used to be small things, inconsequential things. A pack of gum, a bag of cotton balls. Why you took that box of Just for Men hair color, I will never understand. Thank God Mr. Lee was so understanding about the whole thing.
We have been customers there since you were a baby. They gave me a pretty blanket when your brother was born. Your father and Mr. Lee really enjoy their discussions. You know, your father was being a diehard Democrat, and Mr. Lee not so much. Oh, he and his wife were nice to come to the funeral.
Speaking of Brian, I should call him and let him know what's going on.
Oh, don't bother him. He has his hands full with his new job and that wife of his.
Let's leave Cynthia out of this, okay? She's a good daughter-in-law.
You think?
No, Jesse, I'll make you hot chocolate when I finish talking with Grandma. Just a few more minutes, okay? Yes, I'll put whipped cream on it.
I wonder where that nice policeman is.
We've been talking, Mom. Brian and I.
That's nice.
We've been talking about you.
Whatever for?
You can't live on your own anymore.
Are you asking to move in with me?
Mom,
Oh,
Mom,
well, it will be an adjustment.
Mom.
I believe it's doable. I, I'll have to convert the craft room back into the bedroom.
Mom.
Well, there's no loss there. I never really did get around to learning the subtleties of scrapbooking. We'll buy a new mattress. We'll make room for Jesse's bed.
Mom,
We
stop.
can-
No one is moving in with you. You need to move out. Brian and I have been looking at a lovely assisted living facility, the Aurora Home for Senior Living. It has a music room and an exercise gym and a pool.
You know I don't swim. And what do I need an exercise gym for? My third floor walk up provides me all the exercise I need.
Yeah, talking about those stairs.
Don't start.
Mrs. Bentley called me yesterday. She said you stopped by her apartment carrying groceries. She was in the shower. She waited with you for 20 minutes in her bathrobe, soaking wet, before you managed to catch your breath to make it upstairs.
I stopped in to check on Mrs. Bentley, I'll have you know. She has very bad arthritis.
They have elevators at Aurora.
What a ridiculous name for an old age home.
It's not an old age home.
Aurora is the goddess of dawn. Now, what woman is at the dawn of her life in an old age home? No one. It should be called the Karen home for the aged and infirm.
Who's Karen?
He ferries the dead to the afterlife. Greek mythology.
Jeez, Mom. At least come with Brian and me to take a look at the place. Please, you might like it. Or not, but you won't know until you see for yourself. They have beautiful yellow tulips growing in the garden.
I can buy my own tulips.
Listen, if it would make you happier, we could talk about you moving in with Brian. Or with me.
Look, I would no sooner live with Brian or you than I would pitch a tent in Tompkins Square Park and live the rest of my life without proper bathroom facilities.
Then what would make you happy?
I would be happy to stay in my own apartment, thank you.
It has 3 bedrooms. What do you need all that space for? And you certainly don't need the responsibility of all that cleaning. It's too much for you. The last time that I was there, the kitchen floor looked like it hadn't been touched in weeks.
Well, no one's stopping you or that wonderful daughter-in-law of mine from popping over and picking up a mop.
All the cleaning is done for you at Aurora.
You must think I'm a doddering old woman.
Not quite.
What did you say, young lady?
Nothing.
You always were a difficult child. Always insistent on having your own way. Always with the smart mouth. You took things from Lee's Market without paying, remember?
It happened once, Mom, and I was 6 years old.
A 6-year-old thief is still a thief.
It was a Wonder Woman Pez dispenser that you made me hand back to Mr. Lee with a promise to never steal again. Hardly a sapphire bracelet.
Oh, enough with the sapphire bracelet.
You do remember that's why you're at the police station, right?
All of this commotion over nothing.
It's not nothing. That bracelet is worth over $1,000. That puts you in the category of felon. If convicted, jail time. And don't look to me to put a chisel in your birthday cake. That'll be Brian's job.
No one is going to jail.
Let's hope. So will you please come with Brian and me to Aurora just to take a look?
Your father and I agreed to live out our life on 14th Street together. He promised.
Well, I'm sure Dad didn't know he had a ticking time bomb in his brain when he made that promise.
Must you, even now?
He didn't mean to leave you alone, Mom.
I am not alone.
You are.
I wish you and Brian would attend to your own lives.
Brian and I have good lives because you and Dad took such good care of us. Now it's our turn to take care of you. Think of it as payback.
Well, there's certainly no need for that.
Well, you have to admit it's been difficult for you this past year. It's taken its toll. With Dad's stroke and the struggles you've been having? Believe me, I understand how you feel.
You have no clue how I feel.
He was my father.
He was my life.
I miss him too, every day. I think about the times that you worked the evening shift at the hospital and Dad would pick me up from softball practice. He'd come early on purpose just to watch. He whooped it up every time my bat even touched a ball. I was so embarrassed then. And I'm so grateful now.
Your father was so proud.
Oh, it's just the office. I had a brief that must be filed today. I had to leave in a rush to go pick up Jesse, but I'll call them back.
Well, I wonder where that nice policeman is.
He said he'd call when he got word from Elgin's jewelry store.
We'll mark this day as the last time I ever step foot in that store.
Well, I'm sure their corporate office will be celebrating with pretzels and beer when they hear that.
Spare me the humor.
You used to laugh all the time, Mom.
I've not changed.
You have changed. You forget things. You have difficulty climbing the stairs. You go for weeks without cleaning the apartment. You take things from stores without paying for them, and you get arrested.
Oh, that is enough.
You need to be someplace safe where people can watch out for you.
You think I need a babysitter?
No, not a babysitter. Just think of them as company so you won't be alone.
I told you I am never alone in the apartment. Every morning I get up. I make a pot of coffee, 3 cups for your father, 1 cup for me. He sits in that wobbly old kitchen chair that he never got around to fixing while I drink my cup and decide what to do for the day.
Mom, Dad is...
He is the soft dent in the seat of his recliner. He is the pajama bottoms hanging on the bathroom door. He is the smell of clothes from his shaving cream that still rests on his pillow. He will never leave me. Promise.
Was Dad with you when you stole the sapphire bracelet from Elgin's jewelry store? Was he, Mom?
Well,
Did Dad say it was okay? Or were you flying solo on some crazy impulse that got you arrested? Either way, you need help, Mom. And now. Not when you decide.
Well, I don't think he,
Oh, it's Officer Reynolds, Mom. He's given me the thumbs up. Let me go and call him. Just stay right where you are.
she always was willful, that girl. Stubborn. You used to laugh and say she took after me. Perhaps you're right. She called me a thief. Imagine that. And she wants me to leave our apartment and go to some assisted living place. Dawn of the Dead, I think it's called. She says I cannot handle my own life. Well, those stairs are a killer, and I really don't have the energy to clean up after myself anymore. But I would never tell her that. Our life is in that apartment, Richard. All 47 crazy, maddening, glorious years. You said that we would live out our life on 14th Street together. You promised. And you always keep your promises. We must have a talk, you and I, when I get home. About that sapphire bracelet. Let me explain.